G'day. In this video I want to take you to two beaches. One is called Starvation Bay and the other one Hopetoun Beach. They're both great beaches, well worth visiting. Starvation Bay is really open. You can just drive in, park, leave the car on the van, which is great. And the other thing about that is it also has the rabbit-proof fence, comes right down to the ocean, so that's a great thing to check out. And Hopetoun Beach is great because you get 48 hours and you can actually camp there and enjoy their little beach. The other thing is, between me and Google Maps, I managed to find myself lost out in the middle of the bush, and Google Maps are telling me to do a U-turn on what feels like a very narrow one-way road. Anywho, let's go. Well, here I am at Starvation Bay, another extraordinary beach in Western Australia. It's really hard to find one that's not that great. They're all fantastic. This one has its own sort of peculiarities. I'll let you come and check it out. But one of the great things about it is it does have the rabbit-proof fence that comes right down into the ocean, allegedly. Now, apparently the whole rabbit-proof fence, it's a great concept. You've got to sort of see the way it's actually made. Parts of it are still used in Australia, but this end of Western Australia, it's really gone to rack and ruin. They don't use it that much, especially since the introduction of 1080 and all those nasty poisons to get rid of the rabbits. But having said that, I want to take you on a little trip down. I went to find the rabbit-proof fence, and I can tell you now, it's a well-guarded secret. But after 50 kilometres, I did find it, so let's go and check that out now. This is exactly where to turn in. So you go up from the camp, up Southern Ocean Road, then you turn right into Springdale Road, then you'll come up to Fence Road on your left-hand side. It's just a little further, exactly opposite that. I'll give you exact GPS coordinates down below. Well, here I am in the bush, filming some stuff for you guys. Now I've driven 50 kilometres on an absolute wild goose chase trying to find the rabbit-proof fence here near Lake Starvation. I've finally found it. It seems to be such a secret place. I found it. Now I'm going down an obscure, definitely four-wheel drive track, and it feels as though it's one way, but I know it is two-way. And I've just pulled over. Bad expression, I've actually just stopped in the middle of the track because the sand's getting deeper and I'm currently running tyres on 40 to 45, not overly appropriate for sand, and I don't want to get bogged because I have a feeling that not many people come out here ever. The other twist of the story is I've been following the rabbit-proof fence, which has been quite exciting, and now there's no sign of it. The bottle brush has just come up and taken over the entire landscape, so hopefully all of this effort, hopefully the rabbit-proof fence will turn up again just before it hits the ocean. Okay, just going to let some of the air out of the tyres. That should be about 20, 22. Here I am at the end of the would-be rabbit-proof fence. I have a bit of a quandary. Now, I have a little guest who has climbed into my vehicle. I'm not sure how long ago, but yesterday when I was fiddling around doing some, trying to get a decent signal so I could send some text messages, etc., I noticed out the corner of my eye what looked like a little head looking at me. And as I looked down and he or she looked up, our eyes met, and straight away I thought, now is this little person staying or going? Happy to have your comments. It's a little mouse. Now, mice are fine, and Mickey Mouse and Walt Disney, they've done a wonderful job on promoting him, but then when it's actually travelling in your four-wheel drive, it's not quite the same thing. And what concerns me is, apart from the poor health that I might get sick from his little disease that he might be carrying, the other thing that worries me is they could start eating my electrical cable, and in mice plagues, that's not uncommon for them to climb under your bonnet and start chewing away. So if you've got any suggestions, humorous would be fine as well, then let me know. Otherwise, I've got a couple of solutions and I'll share those with you shortly after one of them works, if one of them works. The first one will be to ask nicely for it to leave. Just wanted to share this with you. I'm in a place called Hopetoun. Hope with T-O-U-N. I don't know why that is, but I'm sure it's a great reason. It's a little fishing village between Esperance and Albany, and it's a great place just to chill out, settle down. You're allowed to stay here. It's a free camp. Allowed to stay literally on a little section of off the road, 48 hours, and there's a beach probably 100 metres down there, which is lovely, and a great little town. Just a nice place just to chill. I've had a chance to do some editing and get my head together before I head off to Bremer Bay. Okay, so I thought I would show you what a classic fail looks like. For those hoping to see something really wild, and car upside down and so on and so forth, nothing that dramatic. However, what I did was a classic mistake, silly mistake. I've just said I'm going to Bremer Bay, and it said, you mean Bremer Bay boat ramp? I said, oh, that'll do. So I flicked that, and then Google Maps has taken me on this most obscure road track. Actually, a track is an exaggeration. Anywho, driving down is getting worse and worse. The corrugations are intolerable. I wouldn't normally bring the car down, let alone the car and the caravan. Anywho, no choice. And when something doesn't look right, it usually isn't right. I'd say that someone hasn't come down this track for around about a week, if not longer. So I need to get myself out of a possible bad situation. Okay, fuel consumption will be high here because that's four-wheel driving, and I might consider taking those tyre pressures down pretty soon. See how we go in this puddle, fingers crossed. I pulled over the side of the track, asked Google Maps to take me to Bremer Caravan Park, and it said, whoa, you're miles away, do a U-turn. Now I've got about 12 to 15 metres length of the car and the van, and yeah, the chance of me doing U-turn isn't really possible, not on a fairly narrow track. I found a little spot. I'm going to do a 9-point turn, head back and get myself out of trouble. Well, I'm sure you want to know, did Mickey Mouse end up staying? I'll tell you how I tried to get rid of him. Well, obviously, asking him to leave was never going to be an option. What I did do is I pulled everything out of the four-wheel drive, everything, put it all on the ground, and then painstakingly put it all back in. And just on literally the second last thing I was putting back into the car, I lifted this old towel, and there was the little mouse, and he scurried off. So I popped all the rest of the things in, and I was absolutely wrapped. Yay! However, it turned out that there was two mice in cahoots with each other. So this guy was just a decoy, and as I'm thinking, oh well, he's all gone away, then the following morning I found that the apple had been eaten on again by that mouse, so the mouse is still with me. Oh, we're coming to plan B. The mouse must go. Well, there you have it, a video about another couple of beaches around Esperance, namely Hopetoun Beach and Starvation Bay. Trust you found it helpful, useful and or entertaining. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe. And until next time, this is Four Wheel Drive signing off.